Which one did I end up getting? The white one or the black one? My wife recommended, I think she said go for the black one. I think. Okay, come on out, buddy. All right, so I want to talk about Korg Gadget 3 on Mac. So for those of you who have been following the channel for a while, you may know that Korg Gadget 1 and then 2 and now 3 is my favorite DAW. I dropped a video a few months ago when I was offended or sad or hurt that they didn't provide access to some codes that I thought I was entitled to. Fast forward a few months, I'm not entitled to anything at all. So I don't apologize about the video because I'm glad I made it. And I'm going to keep it up just so people can kind of be, involved with the journey and stuff. But I have gotten back into Korg Gadget since that video. Like I kind of stopped using it for a while and then I kind of got back into it. And most recently, I've been spending a lot more time using my Mac, learning how to use the Mac, understanding it much better coming from Windows. And I'm feeling a lot more confident and comfortable with the operating system. And I kind of went all in, for lack of a better word, on the Mac OS front and the iPhone front. And I'm still using my iPad mini currently at times, and I still have plans to maybe or probably eventually get like an iPad Pro. Probably not the latest, maybe the latest, I don't know. But I'm not in any type of rush to get one, as I kind of felt like I was previously. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Gadget 3 on Mac. I'll probably be doing a lot more content on it, but for now, I just feel very inspired to talk about some things that I'm really, 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 really loving about it. So first of all, I got it on sale for $250. It's $300 ordinarily. It does not unlock the gadgets for iOS, which kind of is disappointing, I think. I mean, it would be nice if you had them on both platforms, but you have to buy them on both. Okay. Old Kevin would be like, that's messed up. You should do. No, companies can do whatever they want to do, right? It's not up to me to say what they should do or what they need to do. So I bought it one night at like 11 o'clock and I was using it and I was like, this is really fun. And then the next day I used it and the next day I used it and the next day I used it. I think I bought it maybe 4 or 5 days ago. And every day I spent probably at least an hour to 2 hours, maybe, just making music, whether it be here at Lifetime where I'm at right now outside, or whether it be outside at a cafe or inside at a cafe or downstairs on the kitchen table at night. Or upstairs in my bedroom, on the table, on like the dresser, like before bed. I'm feeling it a lot. Now, it is essentially the same thing. There's a few differences. Like I said, I'll probably do another full-fledged video. I just wanted to talk about a few things that I kind of discovered recently that I'm like, okay, I'm vibing with this. First of all, has nothing to do with Gadget, but using Gadget on the computer enables me to do live streams in the way that I've always dreamed. Just now, I connected a headset to the computer, I routed a few things, and I did a live stream using Ecamm. And I am able to talk and play my music, and people can see me through the webcam. I can use a separate camera if I wanted as well, and I have done that as well for like a more full-fledged setup, but this is more, a little bit easier, right? So I just kind of connected that as is, and just only have my OP1 field, in this case, connected to the computer, and was using the OP1 field, in this case, as a MIDI controller, which, fast forward, now I'm kind of thinking like I might not even want to use it in that setting anymore. I might go back to my keyboard C. I thought the OP1 field was needed in order to use the headset, but it turned out that it was not. It was actually a deterrent because I couldn't have the OP1 field handling USB audio so I can hear, plus you guys hearing me through the headset. It doesn't allow you to do both at the same time. So I had to kind of reroute things. Anyway, onto Gadget. What are some things about it that I'm loving? So you get all the gadgets, first of all. So there's several of them that I still am kind of learning a little bit, but it's cool to have more options for sounds. Another thing that I'm really enjoying that I just discovered a few minutes ago, actually, is the fact that you can navigate on the, I guess you call it the mixer screen, or like the main screen, not the edit screen, and you can navigate with the directional keys on your keyboard, and you can delete. Now, I don't know if this worked with a I don't know, a QWERTY keyboard or even the Magic keyboard, with the iPad, for those of you who may have that. I don't know if it worked hitting the delete key there, but you had to do several presses in order to delete a cell. Now you just need to do one press to delete a cell. So that's a major deal for me in order to like build a song out. Right now I can just duplicate all these rows, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, and then I could preview things by muting and soloing them. More on that in just a second. And then when I know that this is the sound that I want for a certain section, I can just navigate to what is currently muted and delete them very easily and very quickly. So that is amazing. Now, I'm trying to think what are some of the other things that I'm really, really enjoying about this. I think that's maybe one, like a huge thing. And then the other thing that I am not loving about it, or the one thing that I'm not loving about it, is the fact that, to my knowledge, I don't see anywhere, like I know on the iPad you can MIDI map transport controls. I don't even see that on here, but let alone MIDI mapping transport controls here. I also would love the ability to mute and to MIDI map muting and soloing. So that's not there right now. So I'm still kind of like discovering, just hitting keys and seeing if they do anything. Like, you know, changing like metronome. You can turn the metronome on by like Control or Command M. You can add a track, Command T. You can toggle loop, Command L. You can, what else? There's a few other things. Command S, Command O for saving and opening. So there's like a lot of, you know, keyboard shortcuts there. But I just actually purchased for like $50 Korg Nano Control. And I probably need to also get like a small USB C to US. I have to double check what kind of USB is on the back of this. But yeah, ultimately I got that because that, to my knowledge, is the only way that you could circumvent having to use the mouse to mute and solo things on those tiny buttons, which is not fun. That's not conducive, right? But with this thing here, you have mute, solo, and arm, and then you also have, I think, like you have volume knockers or knobs on there, volume sliders or knobs, something like that. But I'm going to give it a go for $50. I bought it. You know, it may or may not be something that I use extensively. Like when I'm out and about, I don't see myself having 2 MIDI controllers connected to this, you know, one for playing the keys and then one that's handling mute and soloing, stuff like that. I'd have to kind of figure that piece out, or, you know, maybe I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. You know, I was gonna say maybe at home, maybe like the more home setup or whatever, I can see myself possibly using it. But all in all, definitely enjoying it. No buyer's remorse. I think it's important when you have something that excites you and you're just using it without feeling like you need to. And I'll talk about this in a future video too, but I'm starting to give like a lot of thoughts to the type of content I want to make on the channel as it pertains to new gear. I have access to new gear, but I don't have time and also even the passion to learning new gear. And so like if I get something new, like let's take the SP 404 Mark II, for example. I got that on loan for 90 days. Shout out Zounds. You guys are incredible. You guys are amazing. Love you guys. I got it. I'm in the process of learning it, but also not really in the process of learning it. I watched a few YouTube videos. I read some of the manual, but I'm also like, do I want to spend a whole lot of time learning this piece of hardware that I'm sure is amazing? I'm sure I would probably really, really enjoy it. But do I want to do that and then, you know, and then send it back? And then like, what's the point? Like for me to release a video talking to you guys about how I'm using it, is that really all that valuable when there's people out there like SP Vids and a few other people who are like dropping videos on this and this is their main piece of gear? I don't know. I don't know if that's even that. Maybe it's valuable to some of you. Maybe it's like, oh, I want to see Khordmaster's take on this piece of hardware. Maybe I need to lean a little bit more into my audience, you guys, on what you really want to see me use, and maybe kind of let that guide me a little bit. But as it stands right now, I've been on this wave of just like, nah, I just want to make music in the way that I like making music. And right now that's Korg Gadget. And, you know, and the OPZ, you know how I feel about that. Like, I love using it, but there's times for different devices and different ways of making music, different seasons for everything. So from my perspective, I am feeling motivated, feeling inspired. I encourage you guys also to check out my newsletter. I'm starting that back up to kind of get thoughts and ideas out to you guys. So I'm going to leave a link for that down below. It's just your email address, and I can send you stuff like not spam, but just stuff that I've written myself, right? Not like AI generated stuff. And so I'm excited about that, to build community. That probably needs to be the top of the, or bottom of the, I guess, top of the food chain in terms of like everything I'm doing may need to circle back to that, to me getting your email address so I can send you guys emails and provide value that way. Again, not selling anything yet. Maybe eventually, probably. I mean, that's what emails are all about, I guess, right? I don't know. But I wanna get this flowing. So it's called All the Things. I just wrote one out. I just wrote a newsletter recently for the first time in like a year probably, and would love to see you guys there. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed getting some ideas and thoughts out there, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, peace. Okay, update for you. So first of all, let's probably need another light over here, but that's fine. This came in. I got a few minutes before my next meeting, so I wanted to open it up and see what kind of cable is in here, etc., etc. Which one did I end up getting, the white one or the black one? My wife recommended, I think she said go for the black one, I think. Okay, come on out, buddy. Yeah, so my big thought with this is trying it out and seeing if it, again, like for me, if Gadget had the ability to just MIDI map certain things on there, like mute and solo, then this wouldn't be as needed, but I digress. Here it is. This is called a nano controller. You can change tracks. You can also do recording and stuff on here too. So I kind of am thinking that, yeah, this is actually pretty good. Okay, but this is the only thing about it that I'm I'm probably gonna end up returning, maybe. This has mini USB, my friends, and I can't, if this same exact thing was USB-C, I probably would rock with it, but I can't stand micro USB and mini USB. I can't stand it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a little bit more thought, just to see if this, yeah, I don't know. Like essentially we need at the same time, if I bought a USB-C to mini USB, let's actually look that up real quick on Amazon. So what is that? USB mini to USB-C. But in the meantime, I can at least plug this in and just see how/if it works by plugging in here and then what? Getting a USB dongle, I guess. Let me go grab one of those real quick. The USB-C dongle. Gadget notifications. All right, so all these things I left open, huh? How smart of me. All right, let me go grab one of these real quick. Stand by, my friends. All right, thankfully I keep somewhat good organization of my stuff. So I have these two, USB-C to USB-A, I guess. So let's plug this in. Let's plug this in and should power up no problem. Hit allow. There we go. And then let's turn the brightness up a little bit on here. So now I'm gonna kind of come over here so y'all can see what we doing. Boom, boom. And I'm not doing the whole screen share thing for now. I'll probably do that in a future video. But let's see. So this is here. Yeah, so it just works, right? It just works right out the box. And so let's go to open and don't save. Let's open up like a new project, like like this one, a pretty expansive project. It's not that expensive, but it's fine. So we have this here. And then if we go to, so I may take back what I just said, like, okay, there's a dongle that's needed, but if this is what we need to use for this to be able to mute stuff, then maybe I need it. Again, I don't like the closed ecosystem thing at all. I don't like the fact that I can't just MIDI map these things. It is somewhat frustrating, but is what it is. So let's see, if I go to settings, okay, it is, yeah, control, comma, same as MacBook speakers. Let me see if I hit play. All right, so I guess that plays just as is. Let's see. That pauses. Cool. I'm not sure what these buttons do. The markers and set. Not sure what the marker and set buttons do, but I can just go like mute everything like this, I guess, and then hit play and do that. Give myself more volume. So having tactile, having the ability to press buttons here is, again, we take it for granted almost, but yeah. But also, these tracks, let me see, cycle turns on loop, we know that, but these track buttons don't work. So I would think that these track buttons or these marker buttons, something here should do what these are doing. Do you see this? So I'm able to go left and right and change the different tracks, I guess, over here, but none of these do that. So if this doesn't do everything that it should do out the box, and then these left and right buttons, I don't think they do anything. It kind of just, not defeats the purpose, but it's like, yo, come on, man. Like, yeah. So I don't know. Hang on, I think I know what's happening here. I think that the tracks, this is, okay, so the tracks are handling this, actually. So if I hit mute, oh, we want to loop. All right, so if I hit mute, it just changes the orientation of these, if you will. But markers, let me see what markers do. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. So, yeah, I have to get ready to go in a couple minutes. But yeah, I'm going to continue using this for a little bit and just kind of see see how needed it is. I'm kind of thinking that if I'm using Gadget as a sketch pad on my Mac, I mean, I was using it as a sketch pad on the iPad, but if that's still what I'm going to be using Gadget for, which, okay, then I could still do my sketches here. I'm going to work through the workflow of easily exporting to Ableton, and maybe this allows me to use Gadget and Ableton in tandem. Also, I wonder if I have access to these gadgets as standalone in Ableton. I have to double check that. That's something I'm kind of curious about. Very curious about. I'm going to research that. Does that make sense? So I think 300 is for all the gadgets and the DAW, and then 200 I think is just for the gadgets. And I didn't even think about that, but I have the gadgets now. And if I wanted, I can use them in Ableton and just... Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I don't know if it makes sense to have this because I don't like the idea. Like, when will I use it? I'm never going to use Gadget and not have a MIDI controller connected. And the idea of having this MIDI controller and this MIDI controller connected together, I just don't know if I don't know if I like that. This could be good for performances, but again, if I'm performing, am I performing in Gadget? Probably not. Probably not. So, yeah, like I said, I'll continue using it and just, I'll let you guys know what I think about it in due time. Thank you very much for watching the video. We are nearing 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. How crazy is that? It's pretty crazy, I think. Very excited for that. I have to figure out what I'm going to do when I hit 10,000. I have a good idea. I have a good idea that I think will change the world, actually. And so, yeah, I'm going to figure it out, and I'll keep you guys posted. So, yes, thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.